city desperately searching for ways to give businesses some tax relief. And there were competing visions put forward yesterday. One idea by Councillor Jeremy Farkas, the other by the rest of Council. Council released a $119 million proposal to limit the sky-high bills some businesses are facing. That money would come from reserve funds, finding savings, and asking for the province to match a portion of the relief bid. That plan will be talked about more on June 17th. Now, Farkas proposed a plan that called for a number of cost-cutting measures. This is where we bring in Danielle Smith from Global News Radio 770 CHQR to continue this conversation. So, Danielle, is City Council surprised that this was the reaction when those bills came out? Why are they going into this damage control mode now?
I'm going to give credit to Don Braid and the column that he wrote yesterday saying that the whole last lot of them should be fired because the Minister of Municipal Affairs has the power to disband the board under a section of the Municipal Governance Act. And I think that really got them kicked into high gear. People are mad. Everybody has a favorite business that they frequent, or have a family friend who is a business owner, or maybe they run a business themselves. And we know that this has been a problem, acute problem for 3 years, the council has known. But business groups have been lobbying on this unfair tax burden that's been loaded up on the business community for decades. And so they've just been sitting on their hands, not coming to a decision. I think the breaking point happened on Monday when they couldn't come to an agreement because they had a plan in place that we wanted to be fair to everybody, which meant that those who were the worst hit by the biggest increases could only qualify for tiny amounts to alleviate the burden, $750 up to $4,000. It was the business community hated the idea, so it failed. But I think that the failure has been on the part of council not addressing this in previous years, and they must have gotten really spooked. They've got a new government in charge. It's a conservative government. I think they must have taken that potential threat of them being dismantled seriously, that they had to come up with some solution. So you got these two competing proposals on the table. Jeremy Farkas has been pushing along on this. And I think it resulted in a reaction from the other council members who have another proposal that would require the province to kick in if it's going to work. The province has basically said, you got to solve your own problems. So there's still going to be some machinations next week to see whether or not the two plans can come together with a full abatement package for business, or whether it's going to have to be a more modest package. But I think the good news is that finally, pushed to an absolute crisis point, Council has decided to come together and do something about this. It's a shame it had to get to this point, but they need to do something. Otherwise, businesses will go under. So I suppose there's some positive in this.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there, Danielle. I know Farkas was talking about taking some money out of a reserve fund. I was wondering if you thought that was a good idea.
We can talk with both him and Shane Keating today. Here's the point. If the province isn't willing to kick in that extra $60 million, it may well be that is their only option, that they've got to look at their own reserves and solve this problem internally. So it may well be that a combination of the two plans has to come together to make it fully work.
Okay, for more on this, listen to Danielle's show at 9:30 this morning. Thanks, Danielle.
Yeah, thank you.